Hi, today is exactly 1 month since I elected to have my left foot removed. Now, I feel like I should make some sort of remarkable video today to mark the first month, but this is really just an impromptu vlog and I've not really planned what I'm going to say. And I wanted to reflect on the past month and the horrors and triumphs that I've had. So the first thing is bruises on my knuckles. I've got a massive bruise on this hand. I don't know if you can see it there. I keep bashing my knuckles on the door frames when I'm pushing myself through in the wheelchair. And I've done it a few times before I realised why I kept getting swelling on my hands. But anyway, aside from that, what has been a triumph in the last month? Well, I've spent a whole month not in hospital. That's a triumph after having spent nearly 6 weeks of the previous 2 in hospital. What else? I have not got any pain anymore. Absolutely no pain whatsoever. Now, I've been reducing my drugs gradually. We're down to 1 pain med left, and I'm on the lowest dose that I can be on for it. I've gradually reduced it. I've taken more like 1 by 1 following doctor's advice, and I'm on to the last one now, and now I'm taking its dosage down, and I'm hoping by the end of next week to be off it as well. And so that will be the first time in a mammoth amount of time since I have last not taken any pain meds. That makes me incredibly happy, taking drugs off the list. In fact, I've got a massive big bag of drugs to return to the pharmacy that I no longer need, that I'm hoping they can either dispose of or reuse the ones that I haven't used and opened. What else has been a triumph in this last month? Well, what else has been a triumph in the last month? Well, people have said that I have been different. They're more cheerful and more happy, and I look entirely different. I actually, reflecting on it, feel entirely different. I feel like the whole 18 months before that, my life was in a very depressive state. And my mind probably was too, although I couldn't see it at the time. And the fact that I don't have any pain anymore has given me a lot more positive an outlook. Now, I'm still feeling very frustrated by the fact that I'm still using a wheelchair, that I'm still effectively, supposedly not meant to be using crutches, and I'm still not allowed to swim. However, I can see a light at the end of the tunnel because I know that in a few weeks I'll be able to swim. I know that when I get a prosthetic leg, I'll be able to ride my bike again, and I've not ridden that at all this year whatsoever. So I'm hoping by the end of the year to be back on the bike again. That would be a great present, and have a leg for Christmas. That would also be a great present. But the last month has been such a massive roller coaster. I can't even begin to describe to you how big a roller coaster it has been. It has been mammoth and life-changing. And I can't even imagine, my future life like it is now. I've been thinking all sorts of crazy things like, will I still be able to get around as effectively without a foot when I'm 80 or 90 or whatever? And then I see elderly people out and around, and I saw a guy putting his own scooter into the back of his own car the other day, and he looked in his 80s, and I don't even know what I'm worried about. It's just the whole comprehension of the fact that my entire life has changed forever sometimes is just too big for my head to even understand. That's what I'm struggling to get my head around at the moment. But I'm feeling really positive because I have no pain whatsoever, and that makes me really happy. I've set a bundle of goals, and they're on the blog if you prefer to read stuff rather than see the videos. I've written them on the blog, and the goals are there, and I'm going to put all of the channels that I broadcast on at the end of this video, in case there's one that you want to see that you don't see already. They don't all have exactly the same content on them, but I do put the daily out onto most of them, and it's getting quite a big following. Now, what I'm going to do when I get to the prosthetic part is show you the journey to learning how to walk again and learn how to use a limb and that sort of thing. What I'd actually love to do then is go public speaking into schools and education wise, and make the whole disability thing normalized. So if you're an organisation that would like to hear that sort of thing, then please do reach out, and it can be video, it can be in person if you're somewhere near me in the southern New Zealand, because I really want to help other people get through this There's not too much of it at my age, and I keep getting told that I'm a unique case. Well, I'm sorry, but I can't be the only person that's my age in the whole wide world that has had this sort of journey. There must be others, and I've not been able to find them. So I want to help other people to get through it as well. I also want to educate other people, because locally to me, I think why I get so many stares and comments and points and things like that is because people locally just don't have the exposure to disability, because the population is quite small. The population locally and nationally in New Zealand is quite small. You just don't have the exposure. So when people do see someone that's got a disability, they stare, especially children. Children really stare. Adults stare and then see my t-shirt or find the foot missing, go, oh. Noticed it the other day when I was in a craft fair. They stare at you, then they spot what it is and they're like, oh God. And I want to normalize this because it's not unusual. Amputation is the oldest form of surgery that ever exists in this planet. They were doing it back in the Middle Ages. So it needs to become more normal. Now, I'm feeling really positive about the first month. I'm hoping in the next 2 or 3 to be able to ride and walk again. I haven't been able to walk unaided for almost a year. Now, being able to walk down the street without crutches, walking aids of any sort, that would just be magic. And I can't wait till we get to that point. There's so many exciting things that I've got to look forward to here. And one of them that I'm going to finish on is actually Forest Hill. Now, Forest Hill is a local walk to me, and it's one that a local runner is named after. No, the hill is named after the runner. Yeah, the track is named after the runner. Derek Turnbull track, I think it is. Yeah. Now there's a short and a long one, and I have always loved that one as my favorite walk, because when I decided to stop running, I wanted the adrenaline kick that came with, and out of breath, and that came with exercise, that came with running, but without doing the running. And Forest Hill is short and steep, and I could get up it in about 30-ish minutes and be out of breath when I got to the top, but without running. And it's always been my favorite hill. And I was up that hill the day they gave me the date for my knee replacement surgery. And I want to get back up that hill soon, again, on 2 feet. Whether that be with aids or not, on 2 feet, even though one of them won't be mine. One of my first goals is to get back up Forest Hill to the top again. And that will be an exciting day as well. So, goal setting. Tell me if there's something I can help you with. Tell me if you'd like me to come talk to you, either now or in the future. And look forward to the point where I'm back personal training and specialising in amputee and disability personal training, because that'll be exciting too. So if there's anything you want to know, any questions you've got for me, any topics you want me to include, anything at all, then just let me know. I do have people speaking to me face to face and saying, oh, do you know, I really wondered whether I dare ask you about. Ask me anything, and I will answer as best I can. Now, you can ask me anonymously, or you can have your name included. I really don't mind either way, and I would probably go for the anonymous unless you specifically say you want to be named. So let me know if I can help you in any way, whether it be curiosity or educational wise, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy 1 month lose my legversary, or whatever you might call it. Cheerio.